Hello friends, this is Professor Nilesh Kade, and in this video we are going to learn about exempted suppliers. In the previous video we had seen the meaning and definition of exemption and the examples. We will start. Exempted suppliers. Unregistered person. We are speaking about a unregistered person who is unregistered in the GST. A person under the exemption limit of turnover for the supply of goods rupees 40 lakh and for the supply of services rupees 20 lakh and for the specified category 20 lakh and 10 lakh each. Now what do we mean by this? To understand this limit of 40 lakh and 20 lakh, you have to watch the video called aggregate turnover, which is already uploaded in the same channel, right? So the 40 lakh limit is for the person who is supplying goods, and this limit is for 1 year for normal category states. There are two category of states in India as identified by GST Act. One is normal and another is specified category. In this specified category we have 11 states including union territories. Now for these states fall under northeastern part of India: Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur, Nagaland, etc. This also includes Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, right? So the specified category of states and union territories have less limit, that is 20 lakh and 10 lakh, because the turnover is very less over there, and this 20 lakh limit is for services. I repeat, you have to watch the aggregate turnover video which is uploaded in this channel. The unregistered person is exempted supplier. A person who makes nil rated and exempt supply. Now what is this nil rated? Nil rated means zero rated. I am to say less than 1%. That is nil rated. Zero rated supplies are different, right? So the exempt supply and nil rated supply, if any person is supplying like milk, honey, cheese, agriculture services, these are nil rated supplies, and agricultural services are exempt supplies, and therefore all these are called exempted supplies, and the person who makes such supplies are called exempted suppliers. Person involving in activities that are not covered under the supply of goods and services, like funeral services, petroleum products. Like for funeral services and petroleum products, we do not charge GST, and therefore they will be exempted suppliers. But there are some conditions included, and the conditions are: funeral services, there are very much limited number of services including goods. If you are only supplying that will be exempt. If any other addition is given, then that is not exempted supply. Under petroleum products, there are only 5 specified petroleum products, only those are exempt supplies. Otherwise, any other petroleum product other than those specified 5 products, then that will be a taxable supply. Now what are these 5 products? We have already discussed in the previous videos. A person who makes supplies that are covered under the reverse charge, like tobacco, leaves, cashew nut, not shelled and peeled, etc. That is the raw cashew nut. I repeat, the supplies which are covered under the reverse charge, that is also an exempted supply, and the person who makes such supplies will be exempted suppliers. Exemption of goods from the GST. The reason for the GST exemption on the goods are, these are the reasons why we have kept goods out from the GST Act. The interest of the public is very much necessary, because that is what the government sees always. According to the GST Council's recommendation, the GST will be exempted from the goods through a special order by the government. The exemption is allowed through an official notification. The exemption is allowed for specific goods. Now these are actually not reasons but the ways how the GST is kept away from the goods. Now, interest of the public. All such goods which are at the interest of the public will be kept out of the GST. I repeat, all such goods which are of the interest of the public are kept out of GST. Like for example, the rice and wheat, milk, oil, edible oil. These are such goods which are the necessary basic necessities of the people, and therefore if you are consuming these goods you need not pay GST, because government wants to keep the price level at the equilibrium. This is a part of economics, and therefore to keep the interest of the public on such goods GST is not applied. And according to the GST Council's recommendation, GST Council's role is to review where the GST should be collected and where the GST should not be collected. And therefore, the GST Council's recommendation is very much important to keep some goods out of the GST or to bring such other goods in the GST. Through a special order by the government can give a special order saying that these are the goods, these are the services which will be exempt. Like for example, if you are supplying any goods to the government itself, then you need not pay GST, because taking GST from the government and supplying again it and giving it back to the government does not make any sense. It will simply increase the transactions. And therefore, if you are supplying any goods or services to the government, are kept exempt, and that falls under the special order by the government. Now, through an official notification, government can do this through the gazette notification, saying that these are specific goods which will be kept exempt for the from the GST. Now, the two types of exemption on goods, that is absolute exemption and conditional exemption. Absolute exemption, the name itself suggests that it is absolutely exempted. No details or the information is taken or considered for such supply of goods. Let me read this. The supply of specific type of goods are GST exempted without considering the details of the supplier or receiver and whether the good is supplied within the state or outside the state. So no type of detail is collected, and therefore they are out of the GST, and that is the absolute exemption. And then the conditional exemption. The supply of specific type of goods would be GST exempt subject to certain terms and conditions. So you have to fulfill that term and condition, and then only you will get the exemption, that is conditional exemption, such as specified under the GST Act or any amendment or any notification. The total value of supplies received by a registered person should not be more than rupees 5,000 per day. Now this is an example where you are the registered person and you are receiving the supplies given by unregistered person. In such case, such supplies should not exceed rupees 5,000 per day. Otherwise, you have to being the receiver, registered person, you have to pay the GST under the reverse charge mechanism. Now what is it, we will see it later, but understand that the limit is 5,000 per day, right? That is the conditional exemption. And there are many other examples can be given. We will see it in the next videos, right? These are the two types of the exemption, absolute and conditional exemption. And now the GST exemption on services. There are three types of services under what the GST is exempt. The supplies with 0% tax rate, this is nil rated tax. This is not zero rated tax. There is a difference, and the difference we will see it in the next video. This is nil rated tax. The supplies which do not attract CGST or IGST due to the provisions as per the notifications amending either section 11 or section 6 of IGST Act. Now there are such supplies which fall under section 11 of CGST Act or section 6 of IGST Act. We call them all as exempt supplies. And the supplies which is not taxable under the section 2 of 78 of the GST Act. GST, I am to say CGST Act. So this is for the exempted supplies. And please understand, these three are such conditions, such types of supplies of services which are GST exempted. And here are the list of some goods which are exempt from the GST. Understand the table. These are the types of goods and these are the examples. Please pause the video and read it all. It is always better if you copy it down, because these type of questions may repeat in the examination. I will go to next slide. Pause the video, read it all. This list is available on official website of CBIC, and the link is www.cbic.gov.in. These are the list of GST exempted services. Again, copy down or read it by pausing the video. Under the transportation services, see the transportation of goods where the cost of transport is less than rupees. It is not given. The limit is obviously 20 lakh under the aggregate turnover. Educational services, medical services, organizational services and other services. Hope you have copied down or read these all by pausing the video, and we will see you in the next video where we are going to learn about the differences between nil rated tax, zero rated tax, taxable supplies and other things. Right? See you next video.